All right, now let's take the stories bit by bit to better understand what they are about. And joining us to do that is Charles Fakroha, iBrandTV senior analyst. Good morning, Charles. Good to have you on the show as always.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on the show.
Well, let's begin with the much talked about debt profile of the country. This is coming from the Debt Management Office, saying that Nigeria's debt profile as of December 31, 2022 is put at 46.25 trillion naira. And of course, that's aside all of the new borrowings that have happened. And in the statement, the DMO said that that was an increase of over 7 trillion naira from what the country owed in 2021. Does this raise new concerns for you? I know that before now there have been concerns raised in that regard, looking at the fact that our debt profile keeps increasing on a daily basis because of the fact that we keep borrowing. But these new statistics, did you see it coming? Does it raise new concerns for you?
Yes, thank you very much for that question. Yes, for this new statistics that are out now, for me, it's not a surprise. Yes, when we saw the rate that things are going on. First of all, we want to commend the DMO for keeping an accurate statistics of our debt stock, because it's very, very important that we know how the amount of money we are owing. And if you go further, you see that it's very split into domestic and external. It's also being split into the federal government, state government, and also other national. So it gives a comprehensive overview and picture of our debt profile. Now, whether it is okay or not, for me, that is not even the issue. Because when you look at the debt, GDP to debt ratio, we will see that we have gotten to a level which is still not that bad. But again, I always say, he who goes borrowing goes sorrowing. Because some of these debts, how are we able to use it to create wealth for the average Nigerian? That is the key to our debt profile. Debt in itself is not bad, but it is how we are able to make use of that debt to see that we develop the capacity to be able to pay back is very, very key. Then looking at the situation now, we don't see that most of these debts are just used to fund the budget deficit, which for me is not so good. So we need to come back and look at it very well and see how we can improve our revenue profile. Because it is two ways. You have to look at your revenue and your expenses. Can we reduce expenses, increase our revenue, and see that we have enough not only to service this debt, but begin to pay, come out with a repayment plan so that we cannot continue to live or be in this kind of debt profile. Of course, somebody to tell you, well, if you look at the world of population, their debt profile is even much more than that of Nigeria. So we are seeing within manageable level. I think we should not allow it to remain this level in which we are now, and not allow it to increase any further. So we need to manage that debt so that we don't go beyond what we already are now.
When you say manage, I believe you're also referring to the other subnationals, because most times when we're talking about debt, it looks like all the focus or majority of the focus is usually on the federal government. But how about the subnationals, the 36 state government and the Federal Capital Territory, because they are also part of those whose borrowing accrued to the total debt profile? How about also looking at how they expedite action on this debt that they borrow, how they execute the project that they borrow these debts for?
Yes, that's why I mentioned that I'm happy with the elaborate statistics, very detailed, taking us into the subnational and of course the FCT. Again, thank God elections are over. Now, it is not left for the average Nigerian to set agenda for this incoming administration. That look, yes, for state governments, you form a very vital part in economic development of any country. If all the 36 state governments and of course FCT, they are doing well in terms of managing their debt, of course, Nigeria as a country will not have so much debt. So, it is not a question of saying I have won election. I'm a House of Representative member. I am a House of Assembly member. I'm governor. what is the economic agenda for each of these state governments. What is their debt profile already? What are the things they need to do? Not just mere talking and financial empowerment. We just come and do one scheme. At the end of the day, people are not doing anything. They are spending 10,000 naira, 6,000 naira today. That is not adding value to our economy. These debts that have been taken, we must give account of it. And each state government must be ready to be open in terms of their finances. Your IGR, what are we doing? Not only waiting for federal government to come and give you subvention. This state government needs to improve on their IGR. They need to come up with methods, strategies, how to generate and improve their IGR.
Revenue.
It is very, very key
Indeed.
for us to go out of this stock in which we are now.
Of course, that cannot be overemphasized because there have been communications or conversations in that regard, in that direction, looking at how states can look inward and boost their IGR, of course, so that they can reduce the dependence on the central government. But let's move on. Looking at the banking sector now, and this is, of course, in the wake of the bank failure in the United States, where we see, the Silicon Valley Bank, of course, that has been in the eye of the storm, especially with their recent collapse. Now, Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation on Thursday in Enugu assured depositors of the safety of their money against unusual bank failures. This is coming from the senior manager in Enugu Zonal Office of the NDIC, Uthman Afolayan, who represented the managing director, Bello Aksan, at the NDIC Day at the 34th Enugu International Trade Fair. Of course, giving assurance that despite all of the downturn and the challenges facing the banking system in the United States, that Nigerians have nothing to worry about. Is this assuring enough, especially considering the fact that there are so many complaints as regards incessant, deductions from the account of a lot of Nigerians who do not get some form of redress most times when they complain about these issues? If those little issues are not being addressed, I've spoken with several Nigerians who have complained, especially during this cash crunch season, where they had to, where they had issues with doing transactions, their money's not being reversed, the banks not being responsive. If little issues like that are not being addressed, what is the assurance that the monies of Nigerians are safe in the banks, despite this assurance from the NDIC?
Yes, thank you very much, Shomobalani. That's a very critical one you just raised there. Because the banking sector of any country is critical to its economic development. When the banking sector or even the financial service sector, with these other sectors catches them, so we need to be very, very strategic in terms of bank failure and bank regulation. Yes, we must look for those to CBN and NDIC, and of course, the bankers committee made up of the chief executive of this money deposit bank. You can see over the years, from our experience of bank failure, coming from the early 1990s and even to the 2000 and above, we saw a lot of very big banks, that people felt could not even collapse. Then we saw that the government intervened, right, in time of central bank governor, the former emir of Kano State, Lamido Sanusi, Lamido. You can see how the government intervened. Of course, using taxpayers' money to ensure that depositors' funds, no matter what has happened, depositors' funds were safe. That is key in terms of any banking regulation and safety of depositors' funds. That is key. And that's why you are seeing that most Nigerians still have confidence in the banking sector that no matter what happens to that particular bank, their funds are safe. So the central bank in Nigeria has been able to give that confidence to the average Nigerian depositors. So, and they've also increased their inspection regulation to ensure that these banks operate within the rules and regulations. Yes, we are not saying the Silicon Valley Bank that collapsed in the US, they were not following the rules and regulations. Yes, things can happen here and there. And of course, the most important thing to curb any systemic bank failure is proper regulation and inspection on a regular basis. Ensure that these banks are able to submit regularly, and that is what is being done today. Not only from their apex regulator, but also from the Securities and Exchange Commission. You can see all the banks that are quoted on the stock exchange, you give periodic returns to these regulators to see what you are doing. So, for me, I believe that yes, NDIC, CBN, and SEC are doing their best in terms of regulating the bank and ensuring safety of depositors. So I don't have any fear. And that assurance coming from the NDIC board is just to reassure Nigerians that they should still have confidence in the banking sector. And I think we are doing quite well there. So all those little challenges that you mentioned, yes, they will always occur in any transaction. But what we are saying is it is not left for the bank to improve in terms of their fintech, in terms of their digital system, infrastructure, to ensure that some of these USDT transfer, even your app transfer, go seamlessly. Because we know that is a major problem in the country when we talk about infrastructure. But I believe with what is going on now, from the cash crunch issue and what we have experienced, I believe that yes, the banks are ready for the task to ensure that we have safe banking and safe financial system.
Well, let's move on to this final story, and of course that's coming from the Nigeria's oil sector, talking about how the federal government inaugurated a technical committee to drive Nigeria's renewable energy drive, especially in the area of cooling and air conditioning system. This isn't the first time that there will be talks as regards boosting or channeling the nation towards renewable energy, and this time around, of course, it looks like we're focusing now on the cooling and air conditioning system, and the statistics here reveals that Nigeria has a potential when it comes to getting one of the fastest growing in the world when it comes to cooling in Africa. The statistics read that Nigeria is one of the largest markets for cooling in Africa. What does this portend for Nigeria's economy?
Yes, what this is telling us is Nigeria has that capacity in our economy to transit to renewable energy. Yes. And in terms of looking at the cooling system, this is very key because the environment is affected. In the chemicals that are being used, especially what we call chlorofluorocarbon, which is used in the cooling system, if those chemicals are not used properly, when they emit to the atmosphere, they begin to affect the ozone layer and cause more global warming. So, with this cooling system now being taken care of, the technology is there. We will see an improvement in our environmental conditions. And at the same time, the potential for economic emancipation is there because this energy is renewable and it can be used in every other aspect of our economy. So I believe when I say that this is a place to go, we shall begin to not to look so much in other forms of energy. This cooling system properly used will go a long way in improving our energy security and reduce energy poverty.
And we hope that indeed this time around it will be taken more seriously than it has been in the past times, especially when you look at the approach that the federal government has given it this time around. Thank you so much, Charles Fakroha, iBrandTV Senior Analyst.
Thank you for having me on the show. It's always a pleasure.
Still to come after the break, the Nigeria Exchange All-Share Index rose from precedent day's low of 53,603.8 points to 54,413.2 points. And the value of listed stocks increased from 29.2 trillion naira to 29.6 trillion naira. We'll look at this in detail after the break. Don't go anywhere.